Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. How's everybody doing today? We are live and in action. Good to see everybody. Hope you're having a great week so far. Thanks for joining me and hanging out. If you are new here, welcome. Or maybe this is your first live stream. So good to see you. Let me know too if there's any technical difficulties as usual. Thank you. Some of you guys are already on it. Frederick, appreciate you. Looks and sounds great. Thank you very much. So if you are new or this is your first live stream, welcome. And we'll just kind of hang out for the next hour, talk smart home stuff. My channel's all about Apple Home. So, always have a heavy focus on Apple smart home stuff around here. How you guys doing? Y'all having a good week? We missed last week's live stream. Had to skip it kind of last minute. So definitely good to be back. Great to see everybody. I hope you guys, like I said, have been good since then. So let's say hi to some folks and we'll kind of jump right in. I mean, we had an Apple event recently. So let's see, since the last time I was live. So we definitely got some stuff to talk about. And we'll get right into it. Now, I will cover any, I guess I should say this. Well, I'll cover any stuff in the news that might be relevant. If you guys have anything you want to bring up, let me know in the comments. And definitely we'll do a Q&A kind of, especially like the last half. If you guys just have any questions, smart home stuff, we'll kind of, I'll take questions and try to answer everybody the best that I can. And you do have to be a subscriber to comment though. I do that really just to kind of hopefully reduce spam and things like that. Let's say hi to some folks real quick and then we'll kind of get rolling here. Frederick, as usual, thank you for being here and helping out in the chat. Good to see you. Excuse me, Stian, let's see, how you doing from Norway? Finally ready for a live broadcast again. Been busy last few weeks, I feel you. Busy is good though sometimes, so hopefully it's a good busy. Silverhammer Surveillance, what's up? Happy Wednesday, y'all. What's going on, George? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you here. Hope you're having a good week. We got Dawn in the house. Danny, also from Netherlands. The last one was Norway. Norway and the Netherlands. All right. Green Arrow from Pittsburgh. What's going on, Green Arrow? Alexis, how you doing? Good to see you here as well. Got a lot of channel members in the house. Great to see you guys. Thank you guys so much for the support. If you want to be a channel member and you're not a channel member, there should be a join button down there somewhere below. I guess I can put a link in the chat. I always forget to, there should be a join button down there on YouTube. Just hit the join button if you want to become a member and you're not already. You get access to some cool perks like little icons, and you can join our Discord server is probably the coolest perk. I'm in there every day, kind of interacting with everybody as much as I can. And some really, really smart, awesome folks are over in the Discord. So I love that. A lot of fun. We do a once a month member video chat with everybody. And always a good time there. I see Matt's in the house. What's going on, Matt? How are you doing? Hope you're having a good week as well. Larry is here. What's up, Larry? Lurk Jerk. All right. Lawrence is here. What's up, Lawrence from Charlotte? Lawrence, I didn't realize you were from Charlotte for some reason, or maybe I forgot. That's awesome. Not too far away. Very cool. Dan is here. What's up, Dan? Like and subscribe. Yeah, hit the like button too. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate that. Pomakit from France. All right, Jessica is here. What's going on, Jessica? Jeff West, sitting in the breeze, enjoying the talk. Hey, that's the way to do it right there. I like that. Maybe I should start doing these streams from outside. That might be nice. Let's see. Glitch Hive. Hello from the UK. What's going on all the way from the UK? We got people from all over the world here. I love it. You mentioned the issues with your HomeKit setup. What was the issue that caused you to restart everything? Well, without diving too far into it, because I feel like I've kind of covered that to exhaustion a little bit here in the live streams and stuff, but it was an issue, ended up being really an issue with my Thread network. So it was just my Thread devices that weren't working properly. Something to do with either the Apple Thread border routers or the Nanoleaf Thread border routers. I don't know. I think it had something to do with the Apple side. Still not really sure what caused it. Some sort of weird thing that shouldn't have happened. Spent hours. It's not a very common issue, I don't think. Oddly enough, my Thread network worked fine when there were no Apple Thread border routers on the network. So only when I brought a new Apple TV with thread border router. That's when it became an issue. Anyways, it was an issue with my thread network, definitely with the thread border routers. So it seemed. So I did a lot of troubleshooting, couldn't figure it out. I decided to just bite the very difficult bullet and just start from scratch. So that's what I did. Let's see. I see we got some questions rolling in already. We'll get to some questions. Let's get through some things first. Thread hubs. Thank you, Lawrence. Yeah, in a nutshell, that's it. Appreciate it. Greetings from Costa Rica. Welcome, Christian. How you doing? Brian is here. What's going on, Brian? Less than 48 hours till iPhone pickup time. Sweet. I don't have an iPhone store near me, which is always kind of a bummer. But makes it that much more sweet when I'm traveling and get to go to one, I guess. But yeah, so I usually have to have stuff shipped to me to save that trip. Green Arrow, did the clean slate fix it? Yes, so I did, in my testing, I knew already that creating a new home would solve it. So I think something like corrupt had gone on with my thread network, or maybe the HomeKit setup is what seems to be the case, because in my testing, before I wiped everything, I did create a new home, put a HomePod mini on it, a couple thread devices just to make sure, and a Nanoleaf border router just to make sure I wasn't having the same issues before I wiped everything. It worked fine. So yes, creating the new home did take care of it. So let's go. I got a couple things I kind of wanted to bring up. Obviously, the iPhone event. We haven't talked about that. Interesting stuff there. The new iPhone. I don't know if you guys saw this, but the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max will have a thread radio in it. Speaking of thread, all this thread talk. Yeah, so that's kind of interesting. We don't really know what that thread radio is going to be used for, but I definitely do find this pretty interesting. I can make some assumptions. I don't know if you guys have some assumptions what you think maybe that thread border router, not border router, that thread radio could be used for. Maybe, direct connection to thread home devices. I don't know, but it's interesting to see, to say the least, especially since thread is, it's really a protocol made for smart home stuff. So, I do hear people fairly often say, well, Apple doesn't care at all about smart home. Well, they did just put a thread radio in the 15 Pro and Pro Max. So that is quite interesting, I think. I don't really know what it means yet. Let's see what you guys think. Thread radio to save 0.1 milliseconds in response time, maybe. They said it will be a border router. Lone Star Trent, I don't know that they have said it would be a border router. I have not read that anywhere. It's possible, I believe, but I would be pretty shocked. That would not be a good idea, in my opinion, if they made it a border router. Let's see. I'd rather have an iPad with a stand with thread. Absolutely. I hear that. All right, you guys are rolling in with the questions. We'll get to some questions here in a minute. Let's see. Maybe paired accessories directly with thread and not using Bluetooth. Gabriel, yeah, that's what I was thinking, that maybe this could be the beginning of phasing out the Bluetooth provisioning, which, usually use Bluetooth to connect to devices initially at first. So maybe this could be kind of the beginning of the end of requiring Bluetooth for that. So definitely interesting. Could be. And Alexis, yes. And that is why the question was, shouldn't border routers always be plugged into power? Yes, they should be. And that's why I read somewhere that I think it is possible for something like a phone to be a border router, if I'm not mistaken, but it would be a bad idea for this reason, if nothing else. Your iPhone dies, if it's your only border router, your smart home stuff doesn't work, that would just be another issue. So I don't think that's what they're going to do. I don't think it's going to be a thread border router for that reason. So good point. Where can I find your Discord link? So the Discord server is it's only for members of the channel. So that's kind of one of the perks of being a member. So if you want to become a channel member, should be a blue join button somewhere down there next to the subscribe button. And once you join as a channel member, over in Discord, you just put in your YouTube credentials and you'll automatically gain access to my members server that way. Polka McMaster, what's going on? Good to see you here. Hope you're doing well. All right, so since you guys are talking about the iPad with the stand and all that kind of stuff, and I know there's another comment that I'd rather just see an iPad with a stand. With that said, have you guys seen this? I think this just came out like, gosh, what was it, today maybe? Very recently, September, yeah, today. Sorry, wrong button. Let me get my buttons right here. Echo Hub, Amazon did it first. As usual. So this is the device us Apple HomeKit users would love to see come from Apple. Amazon did it first. They have this basically smart home controller. Oh man, it's kind of a bummer to see, but I don't know, maybe this will push Apple to get their together and release something. This thing is, let's see here, I read earlier. So it's a smart home hub because it contains Zigbee, Thread, Bluetooth, Amazon Sidewalk, okay, and functions as a Thread border router and a Matter controller. Come on, Apple, where are you at? We have been patiently waiting for this. The Echo Hub Matter is here. All our Matter compatible devices in Apple controlled by Alexa. We need one from Apple. 5 years out if Apple's going to do it. I hope we're sooner than that. Let's see. Chris, what's going on, Chris? Thanks for joining. First time here in the live. Glad to have you. Glad you could make it. The Joshua D3. I'm the one bugging you on Discord about Google Home and now the Echo Hub. Yes. I was like, oh no, I think you mentioned might have to go with the Amazon route. I was like, oh no, say it ain't so. But, got to do what you got to do, I guess, if Apple isn't making it. I do have, I mentioned in the Discord, I've got the Google Nest Hub Max sitting right over there. I got one really to test Matter products and stuff a while ago. But yeah, maybe it's because I have, never really took the time to connect all my smart home to Google, but I just never really used it. I need something that can work with HomeKit. Something else I did want to share with you guys. I don't know if it worked, but right before the live stream, I tried putting a little link down in the description of the video, and there is a discount code for the tvOS smart button. So I don't know if you guys have seen this. This is new to me. I think it's pretty recent. This just came out, so it does support Matter. Here, you can see how messy my desk is now. But yeah, this is the tvOS smart button. So I do have a discount code that'll save you 10%. I think it's $30. Actually, yeah, you know what? I've got a screen pulled up here. Yeah, $30. Matter certified. But there's a 10% discount code that I got. I put that down in the description if you want to check it out. I have not used this one yet. I just got this recently. Apple Home, Google Home, Smart Things, contact sensor. Should work with everything since it supports Matter. So this is the brand that makes the little smart button that I actually did a video on the smart button not too long ago. So I don't know if you're into Matter and need a contact sensor, this might be a new one to try out. That's a messy desk. Dready Dreadlocks, what's going on, man? Actually, yeah, it is a messy desk. I kind of pushed everything. You don't want to see what's over here. It's quite messy. I've had a lot going on, so I'm trying to clean the room best I can, but it still needs some work. Alexis, all right, let's see. Use the member chat. So that's one of the other perks. You get these like little, monthly member chats. And we'll hit there we go. Thank you, Alexis, for being a member for 10 months. says, woohoo, we get free super chats, like and subscribe. Thank you for using your monthly member chat to encourage everyone to like and subscribe. That is much appreciated. And once again, thank you for the continued support and for being a member for 10 months. That's really awesome, and I really do appreciate that. Jeff from Michigan, what's going on, Jeff? You should see my desk if you think that's messy. Too many projects and my ADHD. I hear you, man. I hear you. All right, you guys think I'm playing. Y'all think I'm just making it up. My desk, I'm not gonna like move the camera, but I'll just show you. I got just stuff. Oh, this is kind of new too. Well, I don't know, again, new to me. Another Matter light bulb. We got an Aqara door sensor. There is stuff everywhere. Apple TV remote, wallet. HomeKit Co. I've been rebuilding my HomeKit setup, so that is stuff is everywhere. I got my notebook. Always got to have something somewhere to write down those brilliant ideas, right? And that's just a portion of it. It gets worse over there. Homey Pro, don't you have a Habitat border router? I do have Habitat. You said border router. I don't know if you mean thread there, Lawrence. Last I checked, Habitat still didn't support thread. But yeah, Homey Pro, this is the latest video on the channel. So if you are interested in this, go check out the video. I was quite impressed with this thing. It's not cheap. It's quite expensive. $3.99 I think it cost. But wow, it's pretty impressive. I will say that, and I'll let you watch the video. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yo, I'm here. All right, glad you could make it here. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good week. Okay, let's see. Was there anything else that I wanted to cover? And we'll just jump into questions. I think that's really about it. I don't know if you guys have any questions. I will say, have you guys ordered the new iPhone? I should have started with that. Anybody getting a new iPhone, new Apple Watch, any new Apple devices? I did pull the trigger, and I'm going to go with the 15 Pro Max. So I've been using the smaller iPhone smaller Pro for the past year. I do like the smaller size, but I couldn't pass on the camera of the 15 Pro Max. So I went with that, and I'm finally going to be updating my Apple Watch. So I'm maybe more excited about that than anything. I'm still rocking the Series 5. Can you believe that? I know, like, what kind of YouTuber am I still rocking the Series 5? So I'll be getting the Ultra. I was finally convinced to do that. Last year I wasn't convinced to go with the Ultra, but something changed since then, I guess, and I'm doing it. Let's see what you guys say. Frederick, sticking with my iPhone 13 Pro for now. Not a bad phone at all. I'll wait for a 16 Pro Max. Lone Star Trent's holding off this year. Jeff ordered 15 Pro. Ordered the Ultra Watch 2. Sweet. And the AirPod Pro USB-C to replace. Wow, that's a big one there. Have you guys used the new adaptive, what's the adaptive noise canceling mode with the AirPods yet? I was using it at the gym. I was trying to test it out. It's pretty impressive. I don't know how reliable it is, like in real use every day. I haven't had enough time to test that, but it's pretty cool. Have you used it, and do you like it? If so, curious. Pro Max is legit, Brian said, coming from a photographer's standpoint, or perspective, just didn't want the higher cost or I didn't want the bigger footprint either. But that also helped justify, they justified each other. The Apple Watch Ultra, I can leave my phone behind if I need to, 15 Pro, all right. We got some 15 Pros ordered here. 15 Pro, not the Pro Max, for the same reason as you. Yeah, I don't like the bigger footprint myself either, so I definitely understand that. Glitch Hive, have you seen the new Robo mop that plumbs directly into the fresh water? Yeah, I think you're probably talking about the SwitchBot Mop, I saw that demoed at IFA 2023. Well, I didn't see it personally, but I saw videos of it. Looked pretty awesome. That's probably the one you're talking about. Apple Watch Ultra gang. Yep, you got me. Told me to get better. Yep, you did. You did. I guess it's your turn, right? To convince me to buy something. So I am really excited about it, though. Now that I did it, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Dang, still on the Series 3. We'll be getting a 15 Pro though to replace my aging XR. Series 3, I'm surprised that thing can even get you to lunchtime. That's been the big issue with my Series 5 here lately, especially probably the last 6 months or so at least. The battery's just been, it's been not good. I can't get through a whole day anymore with the battery, so. Let's see. Now we just need to get Shane on Apple CarPlay. Oh, I know. That was actually my 2023 goal. I know we talked about it a number of times in like the member chats. But, oh man, just other things came up, you know. But, yeah, I would love to get CarPlay. I really do. I really need to do that. You're right. I'll see what I can do about that. Free super chat. Here we go. All right. Celebrate the first super chat. Oh, cool. That is, I don't know what free super chat. I don't know how that happened, but thank you. Let's hit the super chat button. Where's it at? One more time. There we go. Thank you very much for the support. Also a channel member. So much appreciated. Thank you for being here and hanging out. Always fun talking about smart home stuff with you guys. Oh, another Series 3. Wow, I'm surprised you guys are able to get that much use out of a Series 3. Like I said, I mean, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. And the Series 5 has done me just fine. I have had no issues with it. Jeff says Silverhammer has a good review on aftermarket CarPlay. That's true. Thanks, Jeff. Silverhammer Surveillance, my buddy George was in the chat. I think George is still here. If you haven't checked out Silverhammer Surveillance channel, go check it out on YouTube. Yeah, he did do a video on this. I remember that. And my issue is I didn't want an aftermarket thing. I already have in my truck, if I keep the same truck, which I probably will. I mean, I kind of like my truck. It's a little bit older, but you know, I got kids and teenagers and everybody's driving now and it's just a lot. But I have a big screen already, just no CarPlay. It's right before they started putting CarPlay in the truck. So what I'd like to do is replace that unit with the newer one that has CarPlay built in. So it's all like factory still, but it's not cheap. So we'll see if I end up doing that or not. Paid super chat. Woo. All right. Thank you, Sam, for the super chat. We got to hit the button. Much appreciated. Sam, another channel member here. Hello from Vegas. Hello. I will be there hopefully in January again this year for CES. This year's CES was my first time in Vegas, believe it or not. George is still here. All right. Let's see. I have the 2023. Oh, man. That's probably what I would want to get too. So you're killing me here. Yeah, I have an older Ram, and I mean, I love it. I love the truck for the most part. I've had one or two issues, but for the most part, I love it. Oh, wow. Alexis has gifted 1 channel membership. Awesome. Thank you so much. So I think this is randomly picked by YouTube when somebody gifts these memberships. So yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. And if you are, you know, a new member, come join us over in Discord if you get a chance. We'd love to see you over there. Thank you so much for doing that, Alexis. That's awesome. Oh, it shows me who it was gifted to. Awesome. It was gifted to Lawrence. Cool. So Lawrence, you have now been gifted a membership. Awesome. Dreddy says, you should pay me because you make me spend all the money. Hey, I don't make you do anything. Dreddy Dreadlocks is always giving me a hard time on Instagram for making them spend money. I'll be your scapegoat. If you need somebody to blame, you can blame me. But I think you would be doing it anyways. That's funny. Well, Shane, you should buy a Tesla. Tesla Life and Apple HomeKit is my life. Well, Tesla does support Siri shortcuts now, so, that makes it a little bit more appealing. But I don't know if I can go all in on the electric just yet. Not just yet. It would be tough where I live, I think. There was a couple other things that I did forget to mention. Let's see. Did I pull that up? I didn't pull that up. So I was going to cover the new Apple TV updates and the updates to the Apple Home. I don't know if you guys want to talk about that, but in Apple Home, there's been some new updates. Like, let's see, there's the grid forecast for local clean electricity times. So like times where it's better to, do your laundry and stuff like that. There's also interactive widgets, which is really awesome for the Home app. So you can basically interact with your widgets right there on your home screen. I did a whole video, I did a short video, and I published that on YouTube and Instagram, showing these updates to the Home app that have just came out with iOS 17, if you want to check that out, or if you haven't seen it. But there's also enhanced home controls for things like thermostats, not really a big change there, and activity history. That might be, that and the interactive widgets, those are probably my two favorites. But yeah, activity history is really cool. So you can see a whole log up to 30 days now of basically all your security type devices. So this applies to contact sensors, smart locks, garage door openers, security systems, other alarms like smoke alarms or water sensors. Anything like that will be logged, and you can kind of look at the history in this 30-day log that we now get natively in the Apple Home app. So that's pretty cool. Some nice little updates with iOS 17 there to the Home app. Let's see what you guys say. Apple TV FaceTime is amazing. Won't work for my wife though, and she's signed in on the Apple TV and everything. Won't work. Why won't it work for your wife? I have yet to really do a lot with it. I want to. I actually, believe it or not, don't use FaceTime a whole lot, but this really makes me want to use it some more. I need to call my grandpa. I feel like that might be cool. Get the whole family around and talk to him on the Apple TV. So that's some stuff I'll do. So yeah, there's some nice little updates to Apple TV. That was one of them. Let me see if I can find this, because I don't want to butcher the naming. You know how Apple kind of names everything. Let's see. I think it's this one right here. Yeah. So here's the updates to the Apple TV. Of course, FaceTime on the Apple TV is the big one, as Dreddy Dreadlocks mentioned. But we also have a redesigned control center. So this is nice. It actually makes accessing your home accessories a little bit easier. It's just kind of like a swipe away instead of having to go to the home icon. I feel like this is a little bit better in the control center. So that's been redesigned. Some other things there too. It's a little bit better. We now have this, which is nice. So you can now find your Siri remote using your iPhone. So if you use the remote app on your iPhone, there's a little button now that will help you locate your Apple TV remote, kind of like, it's not the same, but it kind of works like AirTags. So there's a new music sync feature that basically allows you to use kind of like the FaceTime. It's basically using the cameras on your phone, and you can see yourself and do these fun little filters and things like that. There's also memories as screensavers. That is one that I do like. I love the memories aspect of the Photos app, and now we can kind of use that as screensavers. And then this is a good one right here for anybody who uses the HomePods, the big HomePods with an Apple TV 4K. So it's called Enhanced Dialogue. Separates the dialogue from the background noise and brings it towards the center channel so users can more clearly hear what is being said over the effects, action, and music in a movie or TV show on Apple TV 4K when paired with HomePod's second generation. So that's just going to make the movie and TV show watching experience better on the Apple TV when you're using a pair of HomePods. Like, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of dark. I have a couple of HomePods connected to my home, Apple TV right over there. Let me switch this over to live chat instead of top chat and see what you guys think. Let's see. Why Apple didn't put the same chip like an AirPod Pro Generation 2 to locate. Yeah, I know. I've said that when they released the last update to Apple TV. I think they really missed the mark by not putting, U1 chip in the Apple TV remote or something, so we could kind of, like an AirTag and be able to find that. But, at least they're making up for it. So it's a little bit better now. At least we can now sort of, find it better. I mean, I've had AirTags strapped to the back of most of my Apple TV remotes for the past year or two. Dreddy Dreadlock says, Shane, you got some amazing people in this chat. Super helpful. Thank you guys. Awesome. Thank you for shouting out everybody else in the chat. So you guys, Brian and Frederick and all the channel members and the moderators here, you guys are awesome. And thank you for your help in the chat. Much appreciated. And guys, honestly, that's what our Discord is like. I'm not trying to push the membership on anybody, but if you're into building a smart home, I mean, the people over there in our Discord is awesome. I never liked Discord myself personally until I created this one just for the channel members, and everybody in there is so cool and very helpful. I even go there myself to get help. So just worth mentioning, I think. Let's see. Sharing AirTags in iOS17 hasn't been so great. So I think I saw a couple of questions earlier. If you guys have a question, go ahead and drop a question in the chat, and I will do my best to answer. I'm going to try to find some. I think I saw some up way earlier in the chat. Preface your question with the word question, and it should be highlighted for me. I think that's working. So I will try to address everybody who does that at least and answer your question the best I can. Matt says Discord is amazing. Thank you, Matt. I still don't like the Discord app, but the community is fantastic. Thank you, Matt. Much appreciated. And it's great having you there as well. Let's see. I see some people asking. I see Jeff just log into Discord and your settings. Yeah, okay, so connecting, as a channel member, connect your YouTube account in Discord. So you just go to your Discord user settings and connect your YouTube account there. It's under the connections tab, I think is what it's called, in your user profile settings in Discord. Just put in your YouTube credentials and you should see my server pop up. Again, you do have to be a channel member to see that on YouTube. Don says it's the only Discord server that I spend my time in. Me too, actually, 100%. Question, Homey Pro, did you get it to work with Aqara? So I mentioned, I think I added a note in the video because it was once I started editing and I already shot everything. I did get the contact sensor. That's actually what this one right here on my desk. I don't know if you saw that earlier. This one on my desk. I did get the contact sensor to pair in the Aqara app, and once it's in Homey Pro, paired to Homey Pro. Words are hard today. But once I did, it works really well in Homey, very fast and reliable. I have not been able to get the water sensor still last I checked, but the people at Homey did say that there is an update coming that's going to make this better, and they've already rolled that out to beta testers. So that should be getting fixed soon. They know about that. And I also did hear from somebody that said they brought in all their Aqara sensors and stuff into Homey Pro through Matter. So that's something that I didn't actually try. So if you have if you have your Aqara hub, bound to Matter, you can add a new Matter device in Homey, and the Matter over Bridge will work in Homey, or it should at least. And so if you do that with your Aqara app, all your sensors should come in automatically. So that's another method to consider that I did not talk about in the video. So let's see. Oh, we got a new member. Awesome. Thank you very much for joining. Let's hit the confetti button. We got a new member. Awesome. Thanks so much for joining and supporting the channel. You guys are awesome. Polka McMaster says, such a great community up in here. Really is. You guys rock. Oh, dude, thank you. Dan says, best $5 a month I spend. Love the community. Thank you so much, Dan. Member for 20, does that say 20 months? Thank you so much for the continued support. That is a long time, and I really do appreciate it. And then Polka McMaster has been a member for 9 months. Thank you guys so much. John Wolf says, I like Home Pro. It lets us use more different products. Don says the problem with the car is they do not exactly follow the Zigbee protocol, so their devices are hit and miss outside of their hub. Yeah, that was my understanding too, Don. I did assume it should work better though with Homey Pro because there is a dedicated app for Homey Pro, an Aqara app. So it's not just like adding a generic Zigbee device. Let's see, I'm gonna try to pull it up. We can look real quick. I know a lot of people probably don't use Homey Pro and may not care about this, so I'll make it quick. But yeah, so if you see, so this is why I assumed this is the apps for Homey Pro. There is an official Aqara app, so this is, you know, official by them. So with that said, I assumed they should work. You know what I mean? Because of that, it's not like adding a generic Zigbee device like you would. Like I did add some of those in my video. From other brands, but this should work if it's an official app, I think. Let's see. So many supporters you have, and I don't understand why you don't have a new car with factory Apple CarPlay. Well, I love you guys, but it's not quite enough to buy me a new car. Hopefully in the near future. I don't know about near future. Like I said, I've got kids that I'm dealing with, and one's been driving for a while. And you already know, if you got kids, once they start driving, that's like just where the expenses begin, because there's car accidents and speeding tickets and insurance. And of course you want to make them pay for all that, but you know how it goes. Shane's CarPlay GoFundMe. I'm gonna tell my wife. I'm gonna blame you guys. I'm gonna tell my wife I need a new car. You guys said so. Let me see if I can find those questions that were earlier. Again, if you have a new, I guess took too long, so it looks like they went away. So if you had asked a question earlier and I didn't get to it, go ahead and drop it in here now. Do only ask your question once, and I will do my best to answer. Preface your question with the word question. Gabriel, I just saw this. I'm sorry. Super chat. I don't know how I missed this super chat, and I'm pretty sure I did. So Gabriel, if you're still here, thank you so much for the super chat. Let me hit that button right there. Apple, we need error logs. I do agree. This would be awesome to have a little bit more knowledge of what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know if Apple will ever give us that. I will say, check out the Home Log app. If you haven't already, you would run this on your Mac computer, and it does give you a little bit more information on kind of what's going on with HomeKit behind the scenes. Maybe that will help if you haven't seen that already, but worth checking out for sure. Lloyd, thank you so much. Have a beer on me. I think I will do that this afternoon. It's been a long week or two, so yeah, I might take you up on that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Get something modest like a Benzie G-Wagon. I'm a truck guy these days, man. I got to keep a truck for sure first. Question, you do not have to have that old kids? I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean there, John. Question, and it looks like my question thing is not highlighting for me for some reason. So I thought it was. it's not. I will try still preface your question with the word question or your comment, and I'll still try to weed these out, but bear with me because YouTube, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. How's the robot lawnmower working out? Well, it's good and bad. So I had some issues with it actually at one point. So I contacted the company and they actually sent me a replacement. So this happened not too long ago. So I had used it for I can't remember when I did the video, at least a month or two. I'd been using it when I made the video. Used it for a little while, had some issues. They sent a replacement to me and I've been using it now, and I've been trying to kind of remap and get it kind of dialed in. You really have to kind of spend some time on it to get it dialed in. So I was kind of in the process of that. We're actually now, if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen this already, but we're kind of in the process of adding a back porch to my backyard. So I kind of had to remove the robot lawnmower. I always want to say vacuum. I had to remove the robot lawnmower for a while so we can get that done. And once that's done, I'll have to put it in a new spot and kind of remap everything and stuff like that. So I always say this: if you have a really perfect yard, I think it'll be a great product for you. If you have a yard with any kind of hills or any kind of crazy stuff like that, slopes that are too bad, or a lot of dirt in areas, you may have some issues. So that's typically what I say regarding that thing. Oh, another one, a super sticker. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Man, you guys are all over it today. Thank you so much. Super I appreciate chat. You guys and the support. You're not old enough to have kids that old. Well, thank you. I will take that. If it was not for you, Shane probably would have gave up on building my smart home. You make it look so easy. Made me want to keep going. Thank you. Oh man, dude, thank you so much. That means a lot. That's a good compliment. I really appreciate that, and I'm glad I could, I guess, encourage you to keep going. It's fun. Try to see the fun in it. Try not to get frustrated. It's hard. I know I've been dealing with some of the frustrations recently, but one of the things I said when I was dealing with just completely rebuilding my smart home, I said, if the biggest issue I have today is dealing with my smart home, then it's been a pretty good day, I guess. So, but thank you so much for being a channel member and supporting the channel, Paul, for I think it says 17 months. Sorry, the writing's really small on my screen over here. 17 months. Thank you so much for that and that continued support. Question. Sorry, I'm trying to click on the comment. Question: when will cameras be added to Matter? So I don't know anything for certain. I am assuming it will be 2024 sometime. If I just had to completely throw out a guess, or maybe more of a wish than a guess, I would say spring of 2024. That's what I would probably guess right now. Again, I have no insider knowledge about this at all. That's just what I guess. I don't think it's going to happen this year. Hopefully we see some new appliances and things like that this fall, but I don't think we're going to see cameras yet this year. Yeah, for sure, Brian. You could probably get a G-Wagon for less than one of these new trucks. No kidding. Trucks are crazy expensive nowadays. Mr. H4S3K1 says, I saw a podcast from Apple Insider, HomeKit Insider, where they talked about Matter 1.2 and Matter 2.0. The new version should support robot cleaners, dishwashers. Which device are you waiting for? Okay, yeah, definitely robot vacuums is the one that I'm probably most excited about seeing. Some native HomeKit support would be awesome. Yeah, that's the one for me. And everything else is just kind of a bonus, I think. Matter 1.2 and Matter 2.0 are different things. Matter 2.0 is probably a ways off. Lloyd, what's going on, Lloyd? Lloyd says, I'm downloading 17 on Apple TV as I chat on the iPhone. Very cool. Yeah, hopefully you have a good update process. I did update all my stuff the other night, and I didn't have any issues. So I had a lot of devices. I try to do the families, all their iOS devices and stuff first. Anybody tied to that HomeKit home. Excuse me. Then I just start updating all the HomeKit hubs, and all went smooth for me this time, thankfully. I don't know if I could have dealt with any more HomeKit frustration after the recent rebuild. Legend ZA says, question, is the Aqara FP2 sensor worth it? I actually have one right up here. So the device in question here is the Aqara FP2 presence sensor. So, you know, I've heard a lot of mixed feedback about this device here. A lot of people complain about it and say it doesn't work well. My opinion on this, and if anybody has any experience with this, please drop your thoughts and opinions in the chat. You know, it's a conversation. So love to hear what you guys think, if so. But my opinion is that this thing is pretty freaking awesome. You know, I'm always honest and upfront in my videos. If you watch my video on this thing, I was blown away at what you can do with it. I wouldn't have done the video otherwise, or I wouldn't have said so otherwise. I still think that's the case. I think it's probably a little bit better and easier to set up in a smaller, not a small room, but not like a really large open room. I think that's where you're going to start to have some difficulties. And my opinion on most of the people who really have a lot of issues and complain about this thing is they probably, again, my opinion, they probably don't take the time to really configure it and set it up and do. I mean, you consider how much tweaking it takes with just a regular motion sensor to kind of get your automations and stuff configured. I always say motion sensor automations are the trickiest to get right. They take a lot of tweaking and kind of trial and error. If that's the case with a regular motion sensor, it's probably even more so with this. It takes, you know, some fine tuning. You have to be really patient to get it all set up. But once you get this thing set up and you have your zones configured and exposed to HomeKit and you can run automations off of them, I mean, it's mind-blowing, I think. So I think it's worth it if you're willing to take the time to kind of configure it and get it all set up. Let's see what you guys think. If there's anybody in here who has one. Cynical Citizen says, it's amazing. I have 3. Let's see. At Brian. I'm adding support for the FP2 sensor in Signals automation right now. Very cool. Matt Corey. So I didn't mention this earlier, Matt. Didn't know if you wanted to share your name and all that. If you don't know, Matt Corey, a channel member here, is the creator and developer of the Signals for HomeKit app. So a really cool app. I have talked about it before on the channel. And Matt is adding support for the FP2 sensor into the Signals Automations app, which is the Mac version. I think I said that right. Correct me if not. But that's really cool. And thank you, Matt, for making an awesome HomeKit app and all the work you put into that. Brian says FP2 has been working great in my office since the recent firmware updates. Okay, very good. Let's see. I've got FP2 working pretty well, says Stian Johansson. I think I butchered your name. I'm sorry about that. But FP2 working pretty well, so thank you for that, Stian. Question, speaking of Aqara, what do you think Aqara will show us soon? Oh, we didn't talk about that. I wonder if I can find that. Did they post that like on Twitter X? Let's see. Yeah, so, oh, there's a little video. I don't know if you guys can see this. Sorry, I thought that was their new. So I think that they like to tease upcoming products. So they said here, take control of your energy bill. New launch coming soon. So something having to do with energy. So Aqara likes to drop these little hints when they're about to release a product. So something new is coming from Aqara. And another comment here. Paul says, I love the FP2. Still even use the FP1. Very nice. I had an FP1 also, which I did replace with the FP2. But yeah, great presence sensor. And if nothing else, just as a presence sensor alone, it works great if you don't set up, even if you don't set up all the zones and stuff. And Don says, watched a lot of reviews on the FP2 and the consensus is that it takes time to get it set up correctly, but once you do, it's amazing. There you go. Thanks, Don. Appreciate that. Yeah, so back to the, I guess whatever, Aqara. It says new launch coming soon. They used to tell us exactly the date. They kind of shot themselves in the foot once. I think it was with the T1 light strip, or I think it was with that one. They said they were going to release something on a new, basically that on the date. It didn't come. They had to push it back. Might have been the lock. But anyways, at IFA, they announced the ceiling light, the T1 module, which is like a smart relay. What else? They announced a new camera and a new lock, like a retrofit lock. I think it was just those 4 devices. Did I forget one? So it's going to be one of those. I would almost guarantee. Don's still using the FP1s, working fine. Jack says, can you please make a video for the 2.0 contact? It looks unique and interesting. I'm tired of the traditional contact sensor design. So is it just the design, Jack, that you kind of intrigued in? And for those who may have missed that earlier in the stream, we're talking about the 2.0 contact sensor. This is a Matter contact sensor. So I don't know if I'll make a whole video about this because it's kind of hard to make a whole YouTube video about a contact sensor, but maybe I'll do a little short or something. Let me know if there's anything in particular. I have not set this up yet, so I will do so soon, and I can share more of my thoughts in the next live stream or through some short videos or something like that. But yeah, and there should be, let me know if you don't see it, but in the description there should be a 10% off discount code for this. So wanted to share that with you guys. If I ever get any discount codes or anything like that, I will share that here on the channel or on Instagram. Definitely follow me on Instagram. I share a lot of stuff over there if you're interested in more like behind the scenes, daily stuff that I'm doing around my house. A lot of smart home stuff on there still for sure. But I'll try to get as many discount codes and stuff like that as I can for you and share them whenever possible. Let's see. Brian says, Shane, you have an amazing amount of developer, user, enthusiast talent surrounding this channel. Big potential for the future. Thank you, Brian. Wow, that means a lot. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been very blessed, and it's been an amazing journey. I remember starting the channel and like having 0 contacts whatsoever in the smart home world or in the developer world or in the Apple world. I literally knew nobody, and I was just making videos. So it's been really awesome to kind of connect with like amazing HomeKit app developers and just people in the industry and stuff and other YouTubers. So much fun, and yeah, it's been amazing. So thank you for that comment, Brian. It's really nice of you. Aaron says, question, do you know if the new Philips Hue security camera will support HomeKit secure video? I think it's almost 100% no. Don't quote me on that maybe, but I'm almost certain the answer is no. And I think it's because Philips Hue is trying to push their own like subscription service, as so many of them are, which sucks. Like I hate those all those little extra services you have to, like, I do not want to pay a monthly subscription for my cameras or, for my security system or for any of that. I already pay an iCloud fee, every month. I'd be doing that anyway. So I just want my stuff to work with HomeKit Secure Video. And I don't think Philips Hue is going to do that. At least that's what I think right now. Let's see. Silverhammer says, trying out the Philips Hue contact sensor. It's a real bummer they didn't come native to Apple Home. Oh man, so sorry to hear that. Baba is trolling. My dog passed away last Sunday. Thank you for this live stream. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I know how tough that can be for sure. I had 2 dogs pass away in the past couple years, and both of my kids grew up with both of these dogs, and it's tough. So I'm sorry. I hope you have a good day and a good week, and can get through that. Daniel, we have a new channel member. Daniel, welcome as a new channel member. Thank you so much for the support and becoming a channel member. Again, connect your YouTube account over there in Discord if you want to join the Discord server, and we'd love to see you there. Mike has a question. What's your question, Mike? I'll try to answer it if I missed it. Let's see. Any RGB controller for LED strips? I haven't used any. I've seen a lot of these like Chinese brands and stuff that make these little controllers. I don't know if they actually support HomeKit natively, but I don't know of any just controllers that you can use for those. Any news on Nanoleaf Skylight? Unfortunately not, Joe. I will. This is one of those that I'll be so excited about. I'll probably jump on Instagram immediately because I've been waiting on this device. So follow me over on Instagram because sometimes I post stuff on there just whenever. But yeah, I haven't heard anything, but I will definitely share it as soon as I know something in a live stream as well, probably on Instagram and stuff, because I've been looking forward to that one as well. It should be this year, so it should be before the end of the year. So, we got a quarter left. So, Che Stay says, not smart home related, but I love your tattoos. Thank you, man. I appreciate that very much. Oh, Donnie, thank you, man. Oh, I appreciate that. I've been watching since before I had the studio. Yes, this has been an endeavor that I've kind of wanted to do for a while, and it took me a while. I've been in this room for a couple years, only got the studio set up really in the past year, and before that was kind of in a main common area in the house. It was not ideal for making videos, but we made it work. We made a lot of good videos there, and so thank you so much for being around for that long and watching the channel. Question, why did you go with Apple Smart Home? I went with Apple Home because I've just been, a long time Apple user and fan. I did do a lot of research in the different smart home ecosystems, and I fell on Apple for simplicity, design. I kind of have a past as a graphic designer, web designer, and stuff like that. So the design was important to me, and I liked the way it looked. It was easy to use, very intuitive, which is nice for myself and for family. And then security and privacy obviously is a big factor. The fact that it works locally, as opposed to Google Home and Alexa, that was big for me. So those are kind of the main reasons I went with Apple Home. Question, my Nanoleaf lines respond, but my Nanoleaf LED strips don't. What can I do? I wish I had a good answer for this. If your LED strips just don't respond ever, I don't know, maybe you need to repair them. I mean, just kind of the typical troubleshooting stuff here. I don't really know what to say. And Dreddy Dreadlock says, Philips has been falling off for me. Don't tell me that. I just shared on Instagram a couple of new Philips Hue lights that I got. I don't use a whole lot of Philips Hue,
but I did just get a few new lights to some outdoor lights. Actually, we're doing a back porch, screened-in back porch I mentioned earlier. So I got a couple of lights for back there. Question, when are you going to dip your toes in the Home Assistant rabbit hole? It's been in the back of my head for a while. I'm going to try it out. I will. You heard it here first. I will try it out. It's right now, it's just been a matter of timing and having the time to do it and kind of jump in and see what it's all about. So I'm sure it's in the future. I've talked about it a little bit on the Discord server here and there. We actually have a whole channel on Discord for Home Assistant because there's a number of Home Assistant users there in the server as well. So it's going to happen whenever I have the time. I don't know when that will be. Let's see if we got any more questions. And sorry if I let's see, any new home automation that can be achieved due to, I don't think so. Not home automation. I don't think so, but not that I know of. Where are you going to put the Nanoleaf skylights? Right in here. So one of the members here in the chat was ragging on my light. So I put this kind of cheap do home, HomeKit light up here. I did a video on that too. I mean, it works for the time being, but I think I paid like $35 for this thing. So I'm going to put it in here and I'm going to have Nanoleaf stuff everywhere. So I just hope it all works well. I have had some connection issues with my Nanoleaf lines and stuff lately, which has been frustrating, but man, they just look so awesome, when they're working. We talked about this a little bit earlier. Mr. David C., the question was, how does the iPhone having a thread radio change things for the smart home? We don't really know yet what Apple's intention is for this thread radio. We talked a little bit about it, maybe kind of taken over for like commissioning new devices and stuff like that instead of Bluetooth. I can see that as a possibility. Maybe it'll be used for direct connection, kind of like Bluetooth is now, like iPhone directly to, thread device. Maybe that'll be the case, but we really don't know just yet. Other than the Lutron fan controller, are there any other options for native HomeKit retrofit automations for fans, I'm assuming? Actually, there are. I mean, you can do something that's a little more advanced, like a relay. I've seen that done. I actually have some plans. I've been thinking about doing some type of video on this in the future because I know some people just don't have like an extra switch just for their ceiling fan. So if that's the case, I'm thinking about doing a video kind of covering something like this. But other than, I mean, I don't know if you mean other than like a fan controller in general or not. There are other devices that you can use for a fan, other switches that you can use for a fan. But I don't know if you don't have a switch or not. If you don't have a switch, it makes things a little more complicated. And that's what I'm kind of thinking about covering because I think a lot of people fall in that category. Brian says, oh, please make that video. Got a ceiling fan I have to stand on my bed for, but can control the light via the switch on the wall. Super annoying. Thank you, Brian, for that. So does your fan... So is both the fan and the light controlled by a single switch, I wonder? That's what I've seen before, especially in like older homes. I think a lot of people have that issue, and I'm like, hey, just get a Lutron fan controller, which I love. That's what I always use, but I know some people just can't do that. So I'm curious if that's kind of the case with your setup there. Yeah, somebody was ragging me about that ceiling light. I can't imagine who it was. Can only control the fan by the pull cord, hoping to upgrade it because it's fugly anyways. That's funny. Yeah, I actually we just replaced a fan in my bedroom. And that's one thing I love about, you can get a smart ceiling fan. There's a few of them that support HomeKit natively. But if you have a switch, I'm like, man, just put a Lutron controller switch there. That's what I did. And it's nice because you can get any fan you want. So you can get any design or whatever. It doesn't matter if you use a smart switch. All right, guys. Well, we have gone on over an hour. It's been a lot of fun, as always. If I did not get to your question, I apologize, or your comment. We will do this again next week, every week right here on Wednesdays, same time, same place. We'll cover anything new in the news. If you have anything you want to bring to the table and ask, I'm always here for that. Also, members, thank you again for your continued support, and I will see you over in Discord. If you are a member and haven't joined the server, come hang out in Discord. A lot of fun, a lot of knowledgeable people. I'm telling you, man, I'm struggling with my words today. But come hang out over there, and we do a member video chat once a month, which is always a whole lot of fun. And if you're not a member, should be a join button down there below somewhere. So yeah, would love to have you. And if not, thank you so much for watching the live stream and hanging out and letting me talk about smart home stuff with somebody that wants to hear it. I think my wife is tired of hearing me talk about smart home stuff all the time. So I appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your week. New video coming out this Sunday. So be looking out for that. And yeah, God bless. I'll see you guys next time.